Hello and welcome to a new video. This time a video I've never did before, a solution run through today's case for the qualification round of the Microsoft Excel World Championship, the Road to Las Vegas 2024, a case by Peter Scharl. Um, yeah, I will not be the fastest with this case because this is like an explained solution. If you want to see faster solutions, I think probably Dim or some other competitors will bring up a video and then I will link it in the video description. Otherwise, yeah, as I've said, this is an explained solution, an explained run through. And yeah, I did this challenge before, so it isn't a live attempt. I did this case this morning. I wasn't that good. I finished all the levels, but yeah, made some mistakes with the bonus questions and also couldn't came up with a solution, general solution for the treasure there. There's also an introduction video when I will be able to find the link. I will also link this video in the description, and yeah, it's like a cool introduction to the case. And otherwise, you don't need all that instructions for the levels. You only need to have those instructions for the bonus levels. That's how I did it. And this time it's a little bit different. Normally the bonus questions are 1/5 of the overall points, so 250 out of 1,250 points. But this time the bonus questions are one dependent on the levels, so you can solve the bonus questions without solving levels 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And also you see 450 out of 1,250, so over 1/3 of the points are allocated to the bonus questions. So it was a little bit of a different case this time, but interesting. I think around 20 competitors scored full points. Also, huge congratulations to Benny, a fellow MECC student who finished in third place and qualified for Las Vegas. So let's dive into the case after my long introduction. Sorry for that. Here, level 1. What's the game? What game number is in the provided cell on the treasure map? So what the game number is here. Therefore, you need so-called indirect, and you need those indirect. If you make this here, then you will have the indirect of the cell here. So K4 is somewhere up here. You need to mix indirect with the mapping with an and sign, but you see there is an error because you need to put the name of the worksheet into quotation marks, and then you can solve it, you can drag it down, and you have your 40 points. Here, which game number is in the direction from the provided cell on the treasure map? So here you have a cell where you start and then also in direction, so in H7 and then one left and one to the right. One to the right and one down. So here you go from here to here, and you see this by those errors. Copy those errors here in. There's an error here in. There's an error list provided. This isn't the case all the time, but it's a cool thing with this case to have an error list here. I have lambdas for errors, but here I will solve this case without the use of any lambda I have. So, and normally also the direction with this case with only the errors, normally it is the case that you have something like a single digit and then an error to say, oh, don't go up here only one cell, you go up 3 cells. This is a case that Professor Brown from the MECC loves to do, cases with errors and errors and numbers, but it was never the case that there was a 2 or 3 digit number in front of an error. Yeah, that would be cool to have it potentially in the next cases. Yeah, but never mind here. Um, what I will do here, first I name this errors or error to have all my errors available, so I can reference this named range here and have it everywhere where I need it. And then I will also do the horizontal or the row movement, let's name it that way, row and column. And here, if you go here, you move one row up, so -1, one row down, so 1, no row movement, up, up, down, down. I've also done this before for my with a lambda, but if you don't have your lambdas prepared, don't have any of them, you need to do this manually. So 1 to the left means -1, 1 to the right means 1, 1 to the left, 1 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. Here you could also name this AR for errors row and AC for errors column. And then I need to get here indirect, no, sorry, it's row of indirect. And then I'll get the row number, and also with column and indirect, I get the column number. Here 8, because H is the 8th letter in the English alphabet. And then I use the address function to build up first the address row and indirect. First to build the address out of this one, row, column, indirect. And here I have the address there. But now I need also the shifting based on this error here. And therefore I will do here plus xlookup, look for this error in my errors. And now I need the row movement, so AR, close brackets, the same for the columns, plus xlookup here for this in AR and AC. And there I will have I8. And now I need indirect, need to have this with the treasure map and sign in between. And you see 139 as it should be. Let's copy this in here. And now I can copy it down and drag it down, and you have level 2 solved. Level 3, I don't know why this is a level with 100 points, because it's doable with only one formula, the so-called mid formula, because you need here which is the 14th error, and therefore you can use mid. This is your text, your start number is given, and you want only to have one character, and you have solved and gained 100 points. Here, which is the most frequent direction provided? Therefore, I'll use my errors. I want to have those errors in a single row, so I have it here, and now I do a substitution. So len of this, I think it's 20, but to be on the safe side, I make it that way. And now I substitute this text. Here, this is my old text, and the new text is nothing. And now I can see, oh, there's four times an error up, because I first take the length of the whole array, so of the whole string here, so 20, and then I substitute all the errors I want to substitute out, and then I also take the length of this string without those errors, because I substitute those errors against nothing. And now I need to pay attention, because I want to drag this down or into the right. Therefore, I need to fix this here with the letter, and this I need to fix with the row. And now I can drag this to the left, and I can also drag this down. And we are not quite with this at the solution point. I now use the filter function, filter my errors. Let's fix this. If this equals max of this, close brackets, everything done. So I first make this one here, and then I search for the maximum. And if I have the maximum, then I hand out the errors here. I could also do this without the filter function with an xlookup. So xlookup, look up for the maximum of this one inside this array and return then this array. Fix this array. Works also decent. Here, which direction has the largest sum of positions in the list? So here you split this up into different directions. I think it's 20, so take 20. You split all those up. Split how splitting is done if you watch my videos. So mid sequence len is the way to go. But I want to split this that way. Oh, it's longer than 20. Okay, never mind. If it's every time, has it the same length every time? Yeah, it has the same length. It's 30. Oh, sorry. So it's 30 long. Therefore, never assume something. Use your length. Use the length function. So here we have auto splitted, and now I will do here this. I need my errors here, errors, and now I filter this array if this array includes this error. So here I have my array, and now I can sum this. And if I do the fixing right, then I can check this down. And you see the array with the largest sum is here 93, and it's as it should be the solution. So now we need to fix here everything. Therefore, I will need to put everything into a single formula to put it here to track it down, because this I can't do for everything. You could use here also data tables, as I've shown you in other videos, but I will not use data tables here for this task here. So here I have my errors. Let's delete them, put them here. Oh, I think I need to map them there. Map ARR, lambda A. Yeah, now it's okay. Then I do some sorting. Sort by ARR after this array and descending. And then I will only take the first error here, and now I need to bring also those cells referenced here into the formula to have a single cell formula, put the sequence here, and also put the splitting inside the formula. Now I have a single cell formula. I put the formula inside here. It's as it should be. And also, oh, I have an error. I didn't face this problem in the, okay, let's deconstruct. Sorry. I did the solution a little bit differently in my live attempt, but yeah. So partially deconstructed. Don't need this. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. I know what the problem is. I have an error there, so I need here an if error. If there is an error, then there's nothing. So solved, because this error disturbed my sorting. So level 5 solved. Here, and this is basically the same stuff, but instead of a sum, it's the product, and therefore I could. Yeah, I see where the problem is. I can only copy the formula down and then put here instead of a sum a product, drag it down. We have an error here. 21. I have an, okay. I didn't face that problems in the last run through, but so we can also talk about what to do if you have an error. Oh, yeah, I see where the problem is coming from. Let's copy down a formula with an if error also. It was the same problem as before. There's an error here, and with the error solving if error, yeah, I can also solve this one. So last of the normal levels, which direction had the longest consecutive streak? So if there are 5 arrows going up in sequence, then this is your streak. I need to split those arrows first for this sequence, then so split those 30 arrows up, and then do something if this equals to drop this, so the next arrow is the same as the one, then there's a true false. I also need to drop here the last row, drop -1, drop here, put a minus. I can work better with ones and zeros, and therefore I use here ones and zeros. And then I need the scan function. Initial value is 0. I want to scan this array, lambda a and b. If b equals to 1, then a plus b, otherwise 0. And therefore I get a running total. Here you see is the solution for this here. And now I filter or do an XLOOKUP. You can also look here for a large number, for in this case 30 or something, in this array, and return something from this array. You see we have an error here because my return array isn't the same size, but I can drop here from my return array the last row, for example, and then I also need to do the match mode here, right? So exact match on next larger item. There's something odd here. Can I not? So here, this is lookup value. So call accept. exact value. Oh no, next, not like next larger, like next smaller item. Sorry for that. Guarantees. We'll see. It's the solution here. Now we need to bring everything into a single formula. Here is that one. Sorry. Bring this in. We have it here. And then also just this one. I need to bring this in here multiple times. It isn't the most efficient way. I would use a let there in potentially, but I've not used it in the competition. Sorry. Have I copied everything in? Yeah. And now you can track down the formula here. It wasn't the fastest run through. I think I'm at 21 minutes. And now we are coming to the treasure hunt. So, what is done with this treasure hunt? If you saw the introduction video, then you will know, but otherwise I will call you. So here, this list here will provide you with an with the game number, and from this game number you need to extract the error. So first I will need the error list, and therefore I will do an xlookup for all those numbers. Inside my case, I will look for the game number, so B here, and we'll need to hand out the error from the answer. So here, in this case, the column E. And now I have a list of all those errors here. So, and now 41 is your starting cell or your starting point, starting game. And then you see here your corresponding error list. And here your list is indicating, oh, you need to go one diagonal to the left, upper left. So one up, one to the left. And then you had 45, and in cell 45 there's also this error, so you go also one up here. Then there's here the indication to go one to the right, and so on and so on. And you need to solve this treasure map up until you come to the point where you don't can go any further, because your errors are in either this shape, and you come here, and then you see you're going up and you're going down, you're going up and you're going down, like playing ping pong. Or if your errors are in this shape, and then you will also go up, down, left, right, left, right, or left, right, and you can't come and go any further. So I did in the real life solution, I did a manual approach, but I made a mistake, so I counted from 0 on and not from 1 on, as it's indicated here in the instructions. So every time read the instructions properly. So I was off by 1 position, and I didn't score any points, and I also couldn't do an solution for this, because I thought, oh, you need something like recursive for this, but as I've later discovered, you don't need something recursive here. It's quite easy to solve this challenge, as you can see with the scores. So first, I want to bring this here into a single column with 2 columns. Then I also want to bring this here, so my errors list here, into a single column. And now I have the, let's say, field and error. Here I need here a little bit of space. And now you can see here, if I have this here in a decent order. And now you can do something. Oh, if I'm in field 93 and I need to go, because my error is indicating that, I need to go one to the right. Then I'm in field 129. So my going down, in this case because it's everything in the column, with this error is 1. List here 1. If I'm here in field 84, so here, and the indication is that I need to go 1 down, then I'm 10 fields down in my list. You can see that here 10 fields down is number 99. So for this this error down is 10 fields down. The different other direction is 10 fields up. And here also 1 to the left is 1 field up. Here this is a little bit more complicated. If I go 1 field diagonal, and in this case diagonal and up, I'm 11 positions up, because here this is my list here, and these are 11 positions. So here 11 positions. So here minus 11 positions up. Don't be disturbed by this one. You now need to look, so we are at 41, and we need to go, for example, here up to this position. These are only 9 fields and not 11 fields. So 9 up, minus 9. In this case, if I need to go from here to here, these are 9, also 9, but in this case plus, and these are 11 down. And now I use here an offset function to get the other field where you are at that point, or where you will land. So here offset, first an xlookup for this error in my error list, or in this list here, but it's the same. And my return array is this. And you see here, you have your list here for everything. So shifting sh, and then I use the offset function. Offset, this is, oh no, I need the map function here, and this is your field. Sorry, I will solve it easily more. So this is your reference. This is your shifting in rows. We only shift rows. We don't shift columns. And you get here the solution here, so 129. You could drag this down here. Sometimes you will get an error here instead of a number, but this isn't important because you will never land that field. So now we see here, if you are at 129, you go here to 109. If you start at 41, you're going to 45 here, and you see it's done here properly, and we have now our landing cell. And now we can do something. I will need here a sequence, 100 game numbers. We start with 41, and I now do an xlookup of this number in this array, where I want to find out where I land, this case 45, and I can now track this formula easily to the right. And now I see here, okay, I go to 49, then I go to 93, then to 129, 109, 84, 99, and if you see here the corresponding fields error list here, then next is going here to 89 as it's here. And now we can solve all the bonus questions very fast. Here, what is the game number in the 10th spot? You can use here an xlookup, for example, 10th spot. Look up here and as in, so game number 10 here, look for our results given here. You could also, if we do this for 25, only take a look here. Where's the 25 and reference the cell or copy it in. In what game number is the treasure found? So in this case, you see here, sorry. You see here, you see here, you don't see it currently, but you should see it in an instance. This, sorry, there should be. Why isn't this showing the solution? Water. Try to see. Ah, no, I need to drop two. Yeah, sorry. So here you see, here we are at the solution point, because here you can't go any further. But we are only at the solution point here, so two times off. You need to take that into account. So we are at game number 97. Oh no, is this? Oh yeah, sorry. We are at game number 46 here, where the solution is found. I made this mistake also here. So this is our last, let's call it unique cell where you, or unique treasure answer where you are. The sum of the numbers in those games used, you can have here 4904, and then how many times do you move straight down? So here we do an XLOOKUP for those fields in here and hand out our errors there. And now we only, I do this manually, we only want those errors to be counted, and we want to count them if they're going straight down. So here, count if this here equals to this, and it's 11, and it's the solution. So here we are, a little bit more over 30 minutes. I made a few mistakes, but it isn't my first run through to this case. It's quite an easy case, let's frame it that way, but a cool one, and also a little bit of a different approach to have those bonus levels here. As I've told you, I can't put the case into the, or the file into the video description because it's not my intellectual property, but you can buy this case with the MEWC. I will put a link to the case in the video description. If you have any questions, I rushed over some explanations there. If you have any questions, please feel free to answer them in the video description. Otherwise, I hope to see you in the, I hope to see you in the next video. And yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to answer them, and always stay humble and use Excel. Thank you for your attention. Bye.